Mondays with Love, we decided to do something a little bit different. Well, Brett did.
Yes.
And thought, you know what? Let's actually say good morning and start our week where we showcase our environment, welcome people into our family, and that's you and our team, every single day to come in and serve the community and our clients. So thank you for tuning in. We hope you love this environment and what we deliver every day as much as what we do. So the very first thing we want to do today is acknowledge the people that were voted within our environment for living the values the most. Most officers, real estate officers, here's what they do. They make a lot of noise about the number of sales, about the number of properties leased, but they don't make a lot of noise about how their people make their clients feel. And that's what we do different. What we do is, as a company, as a family, as a group of people, we look at the people within our environment as to whom have had the biggest impact in making a difference in the community's life and our lives here at Love. So Brett, who and what are we rewarding today with the Love Ignition? And welcome to Love, Brett.
Thanks very much.
You know where we are, don't you?
I certainly know where we are.
Good.
All right, we've got two people to go for. Number one, stretching themselves, always proud, amazing, also always providing customer service, working in their new portfolio and helping on past position, standing out, always inspiring the team to get involved, and that is Big Bad Rebecca. And she's already off doing appointments today. So Rebecca, I'll be looking for you later. Thanks very much. Number two, this was for standing out.
There's only one Rebecca here, mate.
Yes, for fantastic contribution, excellent work and communication, for stretching themselves to get everything done. Great mentor for newer team members, and that is Andy. There you go, mate. Thanks very much.
Andy, I'd also just like to say congratulations, because one of the things that we can do in life, we can move away from what we see as painful, because with pain and pleasure, obviously what we all want to do as humans is find what has us feeling most happiest. But sometimes, just sometimes, as Kerwin Ray was saying the other day, right when things are getting difficult, right when things are starting to feel uncomfortable, depending on what it is when you should knuckle down and keep going. And with Andy, that's exactly what he's doing. And he's getting some amazing traction within his area of work outside of Love. And Andy, I'd like to personally acknowledge what you've had to push past to get to where you are. You're a true inspiration to all of us, Andy, so thank you. And just remember, when you're getting your awards and when you're up there on the shiny lights, I want you to do that speech where you say, and Steve told me to suck it up and keep going. So, okay, at least remember that. So here's the other thing. I just wanted to acknowledge the work that the media team does, because they're down the back, they're hidden away, they're in a building separate to all of us, and we only see what happens on social, on the advertising, on the portals, but we don't see the amount of thinking and the amount of work that goes in behind the scenes to deliver what they do time and time again, and in specifically the deadlines as well, not only just the quality of work. So congratulations to the media team. I also wanted to finish today off just with one little short message, unless anyone else has something they'd like to contribute. We do. We've got to talk about how we fracture stereotypes, don't we, Donna? We've got to talk about how we fractured stereotypes. That's what we need to talk about. But before we do, I just simply want to talk about this pain and pleasure thing. It's everywhere where I've been looking lately. And I don't know why, but it just is. And I think it's really important heading into 2021, because there were so many people reflecting during the end of 2020 saying, let's get away from it, let's move towards something different. And I think what we've all can acknowledge within our community, within our nation, and within the world, not a lot's changed. Not a lot's changed. We still can't do international travel. As a matter of fact, to get across borders, you've got to have a certificate, you know, and there's still a lot more things that are up in the air. But I think one thing that's happened on a whole is that people are embracing the power of now, and people are embracing the reality of opportunity. And when you look at opportunity, opportunity exists in all shapes and forms. And one of the things that I've been guilty of in my life, and I know that you've been guilty, Nathan, you've been guilty, Brett, we've all been guilty. There's not a person that has not been guilty of this, Mikkel. But here's what happens. You're waiting to be something that you're striving to be before you become it. You know, we're all waiting to be something before we become it. We're all waiting to have the piece of knowledge that we believe we need in order to deliver what it is that we know. Or we're waiting for the perfect scenario, being all the noise about I want to get away from 2020 before we live our perfect life. You know the time to live your perfect life? Yeah. Right now. You know the time to deliver what you know? Right now. And it's only when you do those two things that you have the capability of becoming your best version of yourself. So let's all get in and let's continue to do what it is that we do, and hopefully that's resonated for you out there behind that camera as well. So how do we fracture some stereotypes in the week that just was? Does anyone have some examples? Don't leave me hanging under the chandelier with nowhere to go.
I got one.
You've got one, Nick. Well done. Here it is. Come over. We'll go over to you.
Yeah, so late last week, had a client, had to meet him at the property for a final inspection. So it turns out the furniture removalist truck was on the way as well. Furniture removalist had done something to his back on the loading of the furniture. So we opened the truck, unloaded the furniture, got it all into the shed, ready to go. And then after that, gave him a lift to Maryland so we could get that property ready for settlement the next day.
Yay! So well done, Nick. That's great. And you're always someone who seems to, week in, week out, do something to help someone out there in the community. Does anyone have any examples on how we fractured stereotypes? Christy's got one. Great. That's fantastic. Christy, what do you have? And it was really nice seeing you on yesterday morning. Mm-hmm. Wow, what a surprise. Anyway, here you go.
Thank you. This one's actually for Brett, because he's standing over there not going to talk about himself. We have a vendor, Brett has a vendor that needed to purchase a home. So not only did he go with the vendor to another auction for another real estate agency, but they actually secured the property at the auction, and Brett took him there, took him home, called the office, got everything organised paperwork-wise so that the client could purchase a home with another real estate.
So hang on, let me get this right. So last week, Liam Cromedy had an example where someone came into our office and he helped guide them as to which property was most suitable for them, which wasn't with us. And then a week later, Brett then also helps someone else identify a home they love and then goes to the trouble of helping them secure it. Here's what I want to say to you. They're the exact reasons why you should come to Love, because if our team, if our family is busily helping people where they've got nothing to benefit from, imagine what they're going to do for someone who's wanting to do business with Love. So if you're wanting that level of service, you know what you need to do. Just rock into this environment, get yourself a free coffee or a drink, meet our beautiful staff, and we're going to take the time to help you identify a property that's either going to give you something that you want in life or solve a problem that you're trying to fix. I want to thank every single team member here for choosing Love, and I want to thank everyone for tuning in, and thank you for joining the Love Machine.